Hey family, happy Labor Day weekend. So this video is going to be a little different than the ones I normally post. This is going to be a book of charts video. So if y'all aren't familiar with the concept of the book of charts, this is something that I started doing when I was first getting into trading, and it really helped push my trading to the next level and honestly made me the trader that I am today. So what I'm going to be doing with y'all today, and hopefully every single weekend from here on out, is going over a play from the past week that I should have hit, and it's going to be my weekly chart for the week. So I'll have a Google document where I'll put all these charts up, and in around a year, we'll have around 52 charts that were the best plays for the week, and we'll be able to look back and enjoy and learn from. So this week, we're starting with SE. This is a name that I definitely missed this week, and it had a monster week. So let's go over exactly how I personally would have played it. I have SE, the equity chart up here, and I have the last week 340 calls up right here on the 5-minute chart. We'll be taking a look at both. I'll be showing you exactly how I would have traded this. I would have taken around 2 trades on this trade. So I have 2 zones here, and I would have traded around both of them. So let's take a look at it. SE on Monday had a really nice push and started flagging near the end of the day. Now, I wouldn't have traded it Monday. It did have a nice push, but it was kind of out of nowhere after chopping around for a couple days. So this is something I certainly would have missed, and I obviously did miss. But the next day I should have hit SE, and if you zoom in, this zone right here, I actually got just from Monday. I got this 1 hour supply slash demand zone, or demand level right here, and I got this 15-minute, 30-minute, and 1 hour level up here. So this is a little supply zone, which eventually turned into a demand zone, but we'll keep it as supply for now. And I have this little zone right here. Like I said, it started wedging into close. We can actually draw this. I normally don't draw these unless I'm trying to demonstrate what I'm looking at, but something like this, fairly clean, basically going into close, consolidating, and squeezing. So what I would have looked for at open is honestly a push higher. We got to push higher on Monday into new highs, and since the level under this 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour level is only a 1 hour level, I would have definitely looked to trade this higher, as holding a 15-minute level is a lot easier than holding under a 1 hour level to push lower. So this is exactly how I would have traded it open. Let's look at the 5-minute chart and go to Tuesday. As you can see, alright, actually let's pull up the 15-minute chart since it is a 15-minute level. If you look 15 minutes before open, we did get a green candle close right before open on SE, showing some strength coming into this name. And since we did get the close, I personally would have expected a push higher immediately. And I probably would have gotten into these calls basically right at open. So if we can, and I would have risked the top of this zone right here. So let's look at the 1 minute and see how that would have done. Let's pull up the 5 days so we can go back to Tuesday. So if we can pretend that I got into the calls right at open, and most likely my first target would have been this 340 level, and then of course leave runners, and if it did fail on me, I would have cut for a break even, so I was still green on this trade. But as you can see, if I got in at open, didn't go back to the level, and my 15-minute zone held like it should have and pushed higher past 340, ran about 6 points in the first 4 or 5 minutes before dumping. But on a name like SE, if it pushes 5 points, 6 points in 4 or 5 minutes, and you end up red on the trade, you certainly did something wrong. SE does not move like this normally. So a push like this, you should be up a lot of money. So that's all I'm going to say for this trade. It's pretty simple. Got the close on the 15-minute after making my zone, got the nice wedge, got the nice squeeze. Pre-market was strong. Get in right at open, target 340 first, and then of course leave runners. And if the runners do fail, cut them for break even. So that's the first trade on SE. Now, let's pull up a bigger time frame chart again. So we hit it on Tuesday. Wednesday, it did look like it had sort of a day 2. Definitely would not have hit this because this if you look at this 1 hour candle, and also if you look at the 30-minute, 15-minute, it would all look the same. It's not going to give you any key levels up here yet. So I personally would not have hit this day 2. I would have let it go. And as you can see, it actually fell. After just around an hour, it started rolling back and closed right at Tuesday's close. So nothing we missed too much on Wednesday. We would have let that happen. Thursday, same thing. Basically failed and then started wedging all day. Now, this looks a lot similar to our Monday chart, where we have this nice wedge, nice squeeze into another zone that we would have found on the 4-hour chart actually. So if you zoom in, this is a clean 4-hour supply zone right here, based off of these candles and these candles. The closes of these candles, very important. Once you get the close on the 4-hour above, it should rocket. So if we look back again, we get this nice wedge on Thursday into Friday with the squeeze. And also, if you look at all the turning points, they're turning from dark green to green into Friday's open. 30-minute, especially clean pre-market. But let's start by drawing the wedge, drawing the consolidation that I see. Not the cleanest, but pretty easy to see that they are just consolidating this name into Thursday, into Friday's open. Now, for this 4-hour zone, these are trades that I don't necessarily want to get into right at open like I would have on this 15-minute zone right here. These 4-hour zones are very difficult to hold above, but once they do, they should explode. Now, seeing this was right above and seeing the wedge start to break into Friday's open, you can get into a lotto, and as you can see, it obviously would have paid off. You could have risked the zone below, and you would have probably made around 4 or 5x your money this day. But personally, I probably would have waited to see it start consolidating above this zone, which it did on the 30-minute chart, and as you can see, it actually formed another intraday wedge on this 30-minute chart, which I would have loved. So we got the break above the 4-hour zone. If you didn't get anywhere in here, we can look at the 1-minute chart actually. If you didn't get in anywhere in here, there's actually another wedge right here that obviously would have paid immensely. If you didn't get into the breakout on this first level right here, or the first breakout of this level right here, all of them would have made money. But if you waited like I would have done, you would have seen that on the 30-minute chart, and honestly on the 15-minute chart as well, it started wedging very cleanly. This is probably the cleanest wedge I've seen on this name in months. And at around 10:30, we started getting the breakout, holding above the 4-hour zone, giving it time to have a nice close candle above this zone. So if it closes above this zone, we should get a push higher. You get in somewhere here on this break, and let's take a look at how the contracts moved on that play. So what time was that on Friday? Let's say around 10:40ish when we started getting the breakout. So let's pull up the 1 minute. This is Friday, 10:40. So you get in around 6, and then if you let them run all day, which you should, since it is holding above such a important key level, it should explode if it does want to hold and push higher, when you're only risking just a couple points versus the reward potential, which is so much. So of course you're going to try to let this go all day, and you can obviously cut on the way, but your runners should make it to the end, and they go from 6 to 13, so more than a 100% gain. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. That's my book of charts. I'm going to make a Google document where I'll post all these charts, all these levels, and my exact plays on these names, and I'm going to try to make this every week for you guys. I will share it. Not sure if it'll be in this description, but maybe in next week's. I'll definitely get that to y'all. In the description of this video, you'll find my Twitter, where I post a lot of my trade ideas and a lot of my swing trades that I get into. I don't think I have missed any swing trades last week where I didn't post them on my Twitter. So make sure you guys check that out. Give me a follow. Share this video if you learned something new. I encourage all of you to make your own book of charts, as it certainly helped my trading as I was first getting started. I am doing this for you guys. Let's get better as traders. Talk to you guys later.